Oh, there we go. Thank you everybody for being able to attend here. So what I want to show you is exactly what a business owner is going to receive here from me when there is that prospecting conversation about being able to add on group savings plans and group benefits to their career offering here. So underneath the group savings program, there's a summary of what all comes together. So one of the differences that I've seen here, and part of the reason why we do well on the individual side is that group plans, they charge an administration fee or a pension fee or a group fee, but that's where so many times the individual says, I've actually never talked to my financial advisor from XYZ company. So one of the things that I have is something within my CRM, which is a systematic review, where I'm eyeball to eyeball with my clients at least once a year. And it's not something they have to think about. It's something that they get the phone call from me, and being able to have that carry over to the group plan has been one of the leading reasons why individuals are making moves. Second is that I'm not alone. So that's where we have a wholesaler and a team of roughly 20 individuals that are actively organized in the market, being able to access investment expertise from AGF. And then the third is that group retirement savings is typically only under the RSP umbrella. So that's where for myself is I can actually open up accounts for individuals, everything from RSP, RESP, TFSA, cash savings, and most recently our first home savers account. So for an individual that is looking to retire and is in that 45 to 65 year range, yes, RSPs are going to be that best vehicle. But if they have a 19-year-old that's starting with their position and they have a way they could help this 19-year-old be able to buy a home in their first 5 years working with them, that could be an advertisement or something that they use as part of the onboarding process to help the individual see this as a career more than a job. Then being able to have the administration. So who here likes paperwork? Does anybody like doing paperwork? Corey, you love filling out paperwork there for your little one for daycare or that kind of stuff. So
I do a lot of that, so definitely no.
Yeah, so that's where within this program, so setting up, there's a bit of paperwork, but that's where we have a portal where the idea is once the plan is set up on the portal, they never have to submit another piece of paperwork again. Even adding individuals, being able to have reduction of individuals. So if there's any firings or leave of absence, so that stuff is having that easy to administer portion. And then also it's a free benefit to employees. So with that there is we don't charge a setup fee, an administration fee, trustee fee. It runs only through the advisor model, which is a fee for service. So there is front end costs that I charge as the advisor, just depending on the size of the group. And then there's a trailer fee, which comes from the amount of assets, but there's no additional fees that are a set amount. And there's basically no cost to stop the plan. So a lot of plans, they say, hey, we've set this up and there's a cost, or there'd be a lot of work and a lot of money to change over. So that's where the only way that we retain our employees is through the service that we provide to those businesses, not from hey, you got a big fee to move us, so tough luck. So having that as a feel-good aspect at the end. So then on to the access to professional money management. So that's where you wouldn't pull your own teeth, you wouldn't change your own oil, you wouldn't try and give yourself a vasectomy in that case. That's a little jump. We're like looking at that within our household, and one of my friends said, "Why don't you just do it yourself?" So that's on my mind. Anyways, is you would have professional money management in that case, because you may not know all the areas that you would want to be able to organize. So that's where we have an independent and diversified global asset management firm with 65 years of investment experience here in Canada. So have gone through many recessions, have gone through many positive times, and that's where they have funds that have 65-year track records that have stayed true. And that's very rare to see in an industry of something that's got a 65-year track record of a high return, almost double digits. So then on to the variety of groups. So that's where we can do group RSPs, spousal RSPs, locked-in accounts for more of a vesting period, group RESPs, group TFSAs, and then group generic savings accounts underneath the first home savers, underneath the cash model. So that's where instead of just having one account underneath your group plan, I can actually open up 7 for each individual. So just depending on what the needs are of the individual. So it's not a cookie cutter model of you get 3% and it goes into an RSP. You don't get to see it till you retire. Is I do an individualized approach for the people that I'm onboarding and seeing what their needs are and what the best tax vehicle is for those there. Then going on to the capital accumulation plan. So underneath this here is we have guidelines so that we're not hitting any tax thresholds or any places where individuals are hitting percentages for fees. So things like TFSA limits, RSP limits, we keep that underneath the group plan and have that as something that the employer and the employee don't have to worry about because we have on file. So in that summary is employees receive a way that they can feel they have a career offering versus a job offering. And then the business owner receives a cost-effective benefit, straightforward setup and access to our team and a program that enables them to focus on the business and not worrying about the retention of the business. So that's going to be the group savings side. Going into the health and dental, I won't put too much onto here, but this is where individuals that don't have health and accident insurance there is they want it. So I've done a few prospecting conversations where I don't get to talk to the decision owner, but I get to talk to like the manager that's there. And I say, hey, that's where, do you guys already have benefits or is there something in place already? And the one response I get from people that don't have it is, I wish. So that's where I've been able to have a conversation with individuals. So this here is the individual plan. So we can do this for a self-employed singular individual that's here. So everything from prescriptions, being able to go into the professional services, into the travel insurance, vision, dental, and having that there. So there's the basic, which is the guaranteed, and then there's the upgraded, which is underwritten, and being able to have different options underneath that there. And then once we get into 3 employees or more, is we have something called a Premier package. So a lot of the questions I get underneath the dental side is our braces covered, our dentures covered, or things there. So that's where on the singular side it is not, but that's where on the 3-person here is we have up to a 50% coverage here. Underneath the things like braces, underneath crowns, underneath dentures, and having that there, and then an increased amount for that there. So if people are coming over from say Fraser Health, or they're coming over from a government program, or they're like half my paycheck goes to it, but I had the best benefits on the planet, that's where we can have a very similar offering underneath this here, where they can get $2,000 for practitioners versus the average 500 or 1,000, and have that as a conversation where they can be. We have options for basically there's trade the cost that you're paying for a higher benefits package. So this brings together the group savings and the group medical dental, and being able to have the deductions on the paycheck just as you would if you were working for government or as healthcare, having all those deductions on there, and be able to have it be a tax efficient or a write-off basis. So individuals that are looking to be able to have a plan and business owners are looking to have a retention strategy, this is the solution here for them. Thank you everybody for joining me for the feature presentation.